Welcome to my new room. We recently converted our loft into a room. The job took a lot longer than we expected, and throughout that time, it was quite a challenge to live in the house when so much was going on and everything was a mess. But I'm so thankful that everything has turned out well, and I'm really excited to welcome this new space to our house. Let me give you a room tour first, and I'll explain why we decided to have this extension project done. So this is my new wardrobe. The content of my wardrobe hasn't really changed. If anything, I've actually done a bit of decluttering since the move. This is an IKEA PAX wardrobe. I've made a video about why I didn't want to go for another fitted wardrobe, so make sure to check it out if you haven't already. Previously, I wanted to install the sliding doors, but I've now decided to leave this as an open wardrobe. I think this has quite a modern vibe and a very airy feel compared to a closed wardrobe. Plus, it's also nice to be able to get my things easily without the effort to open and close repeatedly. To be honest, when life is busy, the inside of my wardrobe can look quite messy because it's so easy to just throw everything in and close the doors. So I think having an open wardrobe might actually motivate me to stay organized, because otherwise things will start to look a bit messy and distracting. I know this is not the most minimalist looking wardrobe, but it does carry all my clothes for every season of the year. Essentially, what you see here is all I have. Having a more open space makes so much difference. I'm really glad I can really optimize my organization, and I feel like dressing up is so much more fun. This corner of the room is my study. The desk looks a bit beat up and tired. You can see there's a lot of marks because I used to share this with my little boy. It still works perfectly fine, so I'm not rushing to get a new one. If you have any tips on how to remove the marks, please share them down below. As a family, we are all quite nerdy. My husband is learning to code, my son loves sketching and doodling, and I really enjoy illustrating and taking online classes. This is why we all appreciate having a little space to ourselves to do our own things without getting in each other's way. This also means a study area is a very essential element in our household. The desk setup is pretty minimal because a clutter-free working area helps me focus so much better, and I'm also a lot more productive. One of the things I enjoy doing the most here is taking classes on Skillshare. I've been taking classes consistently for 2 years, and it's truly one of the best investments I've made for myself. Skillshare is an amazing online learning community where you can learn about illustrating, filming, interior design, and so much more. I started illustrating consistently because of a class by Brooke Glaser. She really inspired me to take on drawing, and it's a passion that I cherish very dearly. I also routinely take classes about filming to make my videos more engaging. Some of you might have noticed my videos are a bit different now. Instead of just sitting down and talking, I've been trying to shoot different lifestyle clips to tell a better story. I recently took a class by Dan Mays again, and it's called Filmmaking for All, Tell Your Story Through Video. I picked up some really good tips on how to come up with a video idea and then bring it to life. If you are interested to try out Skillshare, there's a link down below, and the first 1,000 people to use it will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership for 1 month. So make sure you take the opportunity to explore your creativity. This could be the best investment you make for yourself for the new year. Since my wardrobe is here, I now get ready in this room. I didn't want to get a separate vanity table just for doing my makeup because for me, that would take up a lot of unnecessary space. I have a very small makeup collection anyway. I use the same products every day, so I really don't need a massive space just to store my makeup. This arrangement means I have to be organized and I have to put things away each time, but I'm absolutely fine with it. I bought a new rug for this study area because I was conscious that the chair might damage the flooring. It makes the space very cozy and homey. Over the years, I've tried to digitalize as much as I could, so I don't have a lot of paperwork. I like to keep my drawers really clean and minimal because it makes working so much less distracting. Plus, it's lovely to know exactly where everything is. I do love my journals though, and I always go for moleskin. They are quite expensive, but you do get premium quality. I love my gadgets, but there's something so soothing and calming about writing on paper. On this side, we have a chest of drawers. This is not a new piece of furniture either. I've had this for more than 10 years. Obviously, we had to buy some new pieces for this new room, but whenever possible, I try to use what I already have. So this is where I keep my shoes. Over the years, I've done a lot of downsizing, but I find designer shoes to be very challenging to sell or rehome. Unlike luxury handbags, shoes tend to show more wear and tear, and they are also fairly personal items, and so they don't usually keep their resale values well. Even though this is not the most curated collection, to me it makes more sense to keep what I already have, make use of them for the many years to come, and try not to buy more unless if I really have to. I absolutely love this cozy corner of the room. Even before the project started, I knew I wanted to have a chair in here where I can have some space to myself to relax, slow down and refocus. I'm not sure if you can tell, but I have quite an introverted personality and I need a bit of personal space and time to function properly. This reclining sofa is one of the biggest splurges I've made in a while, but it definitely wasn't an impulse purchase. Truthfully, it's been such a blessing to have this set up where I can enjoy a cup of tea, read a nice book, do some journaling, or spend an early morning with myself. Some days when my family play on the PlayStation or go for birthday parties, I can sit here for hours, immersing myself in an interesting book. In my 20s, I didn't think the introvert label was cool, but now I think there's nothing more empowering than embracing your true self. Introverts love their family, they enjoy having meaningful conversations, and they certainly don't lack opinions. We just operate differently, and there's nothing wrong about that. Initially, I wanted a small side table for a more minimalist look, but I soon realized it wouldn't be practical because I wanted something that would fit my iPad comfortably, and my books, and a drink, and this one works perfectly. The height of this side table complements the sofa nicely. It makes reaching for things very effortless. I also really like that this is foldable, so on days when I need more space, I can easily put this away. I hang this full-sized mirror up to save some floor space. This used to be in my living room. We've done some work to our living room as well, and we decided to remove the mirrors, so I thought I might as well make use of it in this room. This is great when I try to put together an outfit or when I film an outfit video. Besides, I think having a big mirror always makes the room look bigger. This rug is also from my living room. I usually only put this out when I'm doing an outfit video, just so I can keep my flooring clean. I usually wipe my shoes anyway before storing them, but this just adds another layer of protection. Initially, we wanted to have this as a bedroom, but the plan kept changing along the way. At the moment, this setup works really well for us. My husband is now sharing the study with my little boy, so he now has the whole area to himself. It means a lot to me that he can express himself fully and immerse in his creativity in a nurturing space. That said, I want to stay flexible, so I will adjust the space whenever it's needed. So this might turn into a bedroom one day, but we'll see. At the moment, I'm really happy with this space. I think it looks quite simple and minimal, which is what I had in mind from the beginning. I'm still looking for some finishing touches, such as some paintings and maybe some plants. I'm certainly not rushing to buy anything though. I'd rather keep the room bare rather than accessorize it just to fill the space. At first, I was really hesitant about having this project done because the minimalist part of me kept saying I should just make do with what I already had. Well, I'm glad to say so far this space has been a blessing. Minimalism isn't about spending zero money, it's about spending on things we truly value. I hope you enjoyed this room tour. Thank you for being here and I will see you soon.